online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
We begin tonight with new information on the large grass fire that happened earlier today outside of Pembina. Thanks for joining us. Mike has the night off. A truck driver may have accidentally started a string of fires that closed I-29 from Grand Forks to the Canadian border. Police tell us a trucker may have been dragging a chain or some other object that caused sparks to fly while driving through. The truck was impounded in Grand Forks. Firefighters say that sparks could have caused fires that burned more than 600 acres. 10 different agencies around the area came out to help battle the blaze. Firefighters say the dry conditions and the wind made the fire hard to contain.
It was a very fast-moving fire. There was structures involved, but we were able to stop it before it got to the buildings. Smoke
from the fires caused 2 crashes on I-29, one involving 10 cars. That crash sent 8 people to the hospital. So far, only 1 person has been released, and we'll continue to bring you the latest developments on this on Valley News Live and valleynewslive.com. A pro-life club that some students at Fargo North and Davies High School wanted to start was denied, and Valley News Live made an information request showing a number of emails when the idea of the pro-life club started. Davies originally said yes to allowing the students similar privileges like posting announcements in their club, but as the first meeting for the first club came, a space to have it was all that was allowed. Their reasoning that the school cannot allow the club because it's religious in nature. The district said to deny the requests at North High because of the solicitation by outside agencies. District policy says it can deny any non-school organization's request.
It's frustrating for us to hear because it shouldn't matter what other people think about our opinions as long as we're not being rude about them, which we aren't. So we have a First Amendment right to be there. It doesn't matter other people's opinions.
Fargo Public Schools has not commented on this. The attorney for the students asked to have a statement from the school district by Friday. Well, the North Dakota House and Senate are disagreeing on funding pre-K education. While an earlier proposal for fully funded pre-K failed, another bill is working its way through the legislature. It passed the Senate with $6 million in funding, but in the House, they were only willing to provide $3 million in state funding. The pre-K bill would allow families to apply for funding from the Department of Instruction, and the House only wants to give money to low-income families.
Personally, I'm not a fan of going down to the 3- and 4-year-old level with school funding. I think we have significant enough issues to deal with K-12 to get our standards up and to get our kids up to the standards that we'd like to have them at. When you have 35% of your kids in remedial education at the college level, you got some issues to deal with, but we keep moving down the line thinking that's the solution.
Representative Al Carlson says a lot of bills have had funding cuts because of oil prices falling over the past year and the state not making as much money. Well, North Dakota state employees who adopt a child now have the same amount of time off as families who give birth. It used to only be time off for women who have a C-section or natural birth. Well, the bill passed in both the House and the Senate. It allows both men and women to have a guaranteed 6 weeks of leave. The employee can use their sick leave as long as they accrue it.
And I would hope that the state now setting the example, private businesses could step up and say, you know what, North Dakota values families. We value North Dakota families who live, work, and play here, and I think that this is an important step to grow our families in North Dakota.
The time must be taken in the first 12 months of birth or of placement. Well, oil just hit $56. That's the highest price so far in 2015. While that's good news for oil producers in western North Dakota and other areas, it's not so good for drivers. Today is the 5th straight day the price of a barrel of oil has nudged up, and investors are cheering, buying energy stocks, while American drivers are cringing at the prospect of higher costs at the pump. The average gallon of gas costs a mere $2.39. That's way below what the average was just a year ago, $3.63. Right now, America is on track to produce a record level of oil in 2015. Law enforcement from the Moorhead Police Department, Clay County Sheriff's Office, and the Minnesota State Patrol worked another 4-hour block focusing on distracted driving today. Officers rode on a school bus and had another officer stop drivers who were violating distracted driving laws. The goal was to increase drivers' awareness around school buses. Today, officers stopped 54 vehicles and issued 25 citations for distracted driving. 11 other citations were issued for other violations, such as no seatbelt use, speeding, revoked driver's license, wearing headphones in both ears, and failing to stop for a red light. The most unique form of distracted driving today was someone using the video chat app FaceTime while they were driving. Officers in Clay County will continue to focus on distracted driving violations all the way through April 18th. The wind can sure blow in North Dakota, and that means trash can get swept into your yard. But for one Fargo family, the wind carried a $4,000 check landing right in their backyard. On top of that, the check was endorsed. Valley News Team's Christina Craig met with the family who almost trashed the check thinking it was garbage.
Strong winds littered the yard, leaving more than trash behind.
It's been doing it all spring now.
But today, Gary Armstrong decided to pick up the garbage.
Here I seen this almost crumpled up piece of paper, and I was going to throw it in the garbage, and then I looked at it and it was a check. And I thought, boy, it'd be kind of nice to have that check in my pocket. Here's something else, see?
$4,200 to be exact. And when Gary looked closer, the check was already endorsed to Bell State Bank for deposit.
The real bad thing about it is he had his numbers on there for deposit. So somebody could hack that.
Ooh, somebody's going to be sad. They'll have to file it as lost and start all over again.
Being good Samaritans, they Google searched the man's name on the check to try to return the money to its rightful owner.
To receive a phone call that your check is safe in the bank is wonderful.
A relief for Dr. Jensen, the check owner. The Armstrongs handed the check to Bell Bank. Jensen says one moment the check was in his pocket and the next,
It must have fallen out, and it was a windy day.
the wind carried Jensen's check for nearly 3 miles before it landed.
Well, it catches right underneath in here.
This lady saved us a great deal of time and effort, and we are so grateful.
A family who didn't blink twice when it came to doing the right thing.
That's the wind in the North Dakota. It's the North Dakota way.
In Fargo, Christina Craig, Valley News Live.
Fortunately, this money did land in the right hands. Now, if you have a very unique story, you want to get it out there, like Valley News Live on Facebook and send us a message. You'll also have the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the entire day.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
The wind has been so strong, it's pulling money right out of people's pockets.
It truly is.
We were having a lot of trouble with the wind today. It was a bad day, but winds have now calmed down. And this week is also an important week to talk about severe weather. Severe Weather Awareness Week in Minnesota. And today we want to talk about flash flooding. It's kind of cruel, as dry as we have been, to think about all that water that we don't have, but certainly something to be concerned about, because flash flooding kills more people than any other thunderstorm-related event. One thing just to keep in mind, if you only take away one thing from this, is that you should never ever try to cross water that is flooding, especially if you're on foot. Even 6 inches of moving water can sweep you off your feet. And don't even try to drive onto flooded roads. You don't know how deep that water is. And 2 feet of water can move most vehicles down into more flooded areas. So be aware of that. If a flash flood warning is issued, find higher ground if you're in a low area. And of course, you can always check back with us for the latest details once you hear of that warning. Today, the other problem was the dry conditions and the wind. Here's a look at our wind speeds from today. Hallock was the big winner at the airport there. The sensor measured 62-mile-per-hour wind gust, while Hollis, same region, 51, and also Donaldson, 51. So north central parts of our viewing area got hit by the strongest wind, but we were windy everywhere. Near East Grand Forks, 47 miles per hour, and the top gust in Fargo-Moorhead was 43. But this feels nice. It's nice and quiet out there tonight with winds in the single digits now. Still out of the south. There are some places where it is a little breezy still. Grand Forks and over toward Devil's Lake, we do have wind speeds in the 20s, but those gusts into the 30s and 40s and 50s and even 60s have now wound down for the night. We'll continue to watch some quiet conditions. to take a breather here from the wind and the wildfire issues that we've been dealing with. 59 degrees in Fargo. Currently, it's a warm 63 right now in Grand Forks, 61 over toward Thief River Falls, and 57 in Detroit Lakes and also in Fergus Falls. And that's where we may start to see a couple of raindrops tonight. Nice and dry across much of the valley here, but we do have a couple of returns now popping up as our next system starts to approach. It's lifting in from the south. The problem is that we are very, very dry. So a lot of this drying up before it reaches the ground. So likely just some sprinkles with this at this point. And as we expand the view, there's some more moisture off to the south and west, and we may be impacted by that through the overnight hours and into the day tomorrow. We'll show you that here in the hour-by-hour forecast. Again, those clouds lift in, and just not a lot to show, not bringing us much relief from the dry conditions overnight. But when we wake up tomorrow morning, a couple of sprinkles here and there, especially into Lakes Country, and then expanding over toward Bemidji and Baudette, but otherwise looking just mostly cloudy, with at least the wind on the lighter side, with wind speeds out of the south in the single numbers, maybe a couple of places where we're getting into the teens in the morning hours. And temperatures very mild, some 40s and low 50s tomorrow morning to start off. Now looking ahead toward the noon hour, lunch break looks pretty mild, a little more on the cloudy side. Once again, 65 degrees in Fargo and 55 in Grand Forks. A couple of lingering sprinkles, but notice that wind. It starts to switch to a more northwesterly direction, and in addition to that, it does not pick up. We see winds staying low tomorrow, and to get a break here with temperatures rising into the upper 50s, even some upper 60s in the Southern Valley. Depends on where you are. The farther north and east you are, the cooler it will be, but mild generally speaking for much of us. And the clouds will continue pushing off later tomorrow evening. We should be clear late tomorrow night with a little more of a breeze later on in the nighttime hours. By Saturday, I want to show you this because it brings us a little bit of hope here. This is Saturday, 11 a.m. We're going to start this off. We see our next system move in for Sunday and even into Monday and Tuesday. This could bring us as much as an inch of liquid moisture or more, at least according to this model. Keep our fingers crossed that that does pan out. And as we look at the next 7 days, expect to see temperatures cooling off into the weekend as well. So two good things, chances for some decent moisture and cooler temperatures that should help us out somewhat, but we certainly need as much rain as we can get.
Now, we do have a picture from a fire near Frazee that is out now, but we're going to get to that right after the break because we want to show you just how dangerous these conditions are. Well, still ahead tonight, why federal regulators say that a popular snack is misleading customers. But first, how your phone and iPad could be causing some serious health issues for some.